Hey, tú, ¿tu casa es esta? Porque esta está muy organizada. Tú, está.
Languages with Daniel.
Hello, welcome back to Languages with Daniel. Today we are going to learn two topics, the possessive pronouns and the demonstrative pronouns. So let's start with the possessive pronouns. The possessive pronouns are those pronouns that allow us to speak about ownership. We have these pronouns also in English. My, your, his, her, own, and their. In Spanish, we have also possessive pronouns. We use them depending on the gender and the number of the words. So let's take a look. In this table we can see the personal pronouns yo, tú, él, ella, usted, nosotros, nosotras, vosotros, vosotras, ellos, ellas, ustedes. And we have the masculine singular form, the feminine singular form, the plural masculine form, and the plural feminine form. Let's look something. For yo, tú, él, ella, usted, ellos, ellas, ustedes, we have just two forms, the plural and singular. For example, yo, mi, mis, tú, tus, su, sus, and the same with ellos, ellas, ustedes, sus. Yes, probably you have already noticed that él, ella, usted, ellos, ellas, ustedes have the same possessive pronouns. Now, let's take a look about nosotros and vosotros. If the word is masculine and singular, we are going to use nuestro. If the word is feminine and singular, we are going to use nuestra. And if it's plural and masculine, nuestros. If it is plural feminine, nuestras. The same with vosotros. Vuestro, vuestra, vuestros, vuestras. Yeah, I know it's a little bit confusing, but it works in the same way in English. So let's see some examples. This table shows two singular substantive. El perro, the dog. La casa, the house. If I want to say it is my dog, I would say mi perro. Your dog, tu perro. His, her dog, su perro. Own dog, nuestro perro. Your dog, vuestro perro. And finally, we have their dog, su perro. The pronouns are the same for a feminine word. Mi casa, tu casa, su casa, nuestra casa, vuestra casa, su casa. Now let's look some plural examples. Los perros, the dogs. Las casas, the houses. Mis perros, my dogs. Mis perros, my dogs. Your dogs, tus perros. His, her, yours, dog. His, her, your dog. Sus perros, own dogs, nuestros perros. Your dogs, vuestros perros. Their dogs, sus perros. And the same with casas. Mis casas, tus casas, sus casas, nuestras casas, vuestras casas, sus casas. Okay, I want you to notice something. When we use tú with accent mark, tilde, we are referring to you, just you. When we are using tú without accent mark, without tilde, we are referring to your. It's important to notice the difference. Okay, now that we have already seen the possessive pronouns, let's take a look about the demonstrative pronouns. Don't worry if you don't recognize the name, but we also have these pronouns in English. In English we have this, that, and those. It's the same in Spanish. but a little bit more complex. However, it's the same logic. We use this when we are referring to an object or a person that is near to us. And we use those when the person or the people are far away from us. In Spanish, we use three genders when we are referring to the demonstrative pronouns. But probably you are wondering why three genders? Okay, Latin language used to have three genders. Now in Spanish, those words that were neutral in Latin now are masculine in modern Spanish. But there are some exceptions in which we still use the neutral form. So let's look at the three genders: the masculine, the neutral, and the feminine. So if we want to say this, we will say este for masculine singular words, esto for singular neutral things, we will talk more about it later, and esta if we want to refer to a singular feminine thing or person. That, ese, eso, esa, this, the plural, estos, esos, estas, those, singular, aquel, aquello, aquella, and finally we have those, plural, aquellos, aquellas. So when do we use those neutral pronouns? Basically, we use the neutral pronouns when we are referring to indefinite situations or objects or people. For example, that is correct, eso es correcto, or that is a problem, aquello es un problema. Now that we have seen the demonstrative pronouns and the possessive pronouns, we are going to learn another way to express ownership. And this way is a basic formula. We have the article, we're talking about articles, it could be definite article or indefinite articles, or the demonstrative pronouns plus the substantive plus the verb plus the adjective of possession. So let's take a look. Here we have those adjectives that express possession, and here we can see that they change depending on the number and the gender. For example, mío for singular masculine substantive, mía for feminine and singular, míos plural masculine, mías feminine and plural. And it's the same logic with the other pronouns. Tuyo, tuya, tuyos, tuyas, suyo, suya, suyos, suyas. Here we can notice that we use the same adjective for él, ella, usted, ellos, ellas, ustedes. Suyo, suya, suyos, suyas. Then we have nosotros, nuestro, nuestra, nuestros, nuestras. Vosotros, vuestro, vuestra, vuestros, vuestras. I know that it could be a little bit confusing, so let's see some examples. Here we have all the personal pronouns, yo, tú, ella, nosotros, vosotros, ellos, and the articles or the demonstrative pronouns for the singular masculine substantive. El, un, este, ese, aquel. We have the substantive, perro, dog, verb, es, is, and the adjective. So we could say el perro es mío, el perro es tuyo, el perro es nuestro, el perro es vuestro, un perro es suyo, un perro es tuyo, este perro es mío, este perro es tuyo, este perro es vuestro, ese perro es nuestro, este perro es tuyo, ese perro es mío, aquel perro es suyo, aquel perro es nuestro. We can do all the combination as possible. So let's look what happens with a feminine word. Casa. La casa es mía, la casa es tuya, una casa es suya, una casa es nuestra, esta casa es tuya, esa casa es vuestra, aquella casa es mía, aquella casa es tuya. Here I want you to notice something else. Esta with tilde, it's the conjugation of the verb estar for the third person. And esta without an accent mark means that or this for feminine words. Let's look what happens with the plural forms. So let's look the plural form for a masculine word. We're going to use the same example. Los perros, the dogs. Los, unos, estos, aquellos. Aquellos perros son míos. Estos perros son nuestros. Los perros son vuestros. Unos perros son suyos. And finally, we are going to see how does it work for the plural feminine words. Casas. Las casas, unas casas, estas casas, esas casas, aquellas casas. Aquellas casas son tuyas, estas casas son nuestras, esas casas son vuestras, las casas son mías. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please subscribe, give me a like, comment, share with your friends, your family, and we will see you the next time. Bye!